My child, pause whatever you are doing and give me your full attention. Yes, you, the one whose fingers won't stop scrolling, whose mind is already jumping to the next email, the next meeting, the next demand. This moment finding you now is not random, not accidental, and not something you can afford to ignore. I arranged this interruption long before you were born. I knew the exact day, the exact hour, the exact state of your heart and nervous system when these words would reach you. I am here to reclaim something precious that has been slowly taken from you. I am here to take back your peace. My beloved child, I see the arena in which your peace has been taxed. Your job, your paycheck, your schedule, your calendar crammed edge to edge. Your inbox swelling, the messages pinging, the spreadsheets and reports, the projects with shifting deadlines, the team updates, the performance reviews, the client expectations, the shifting budgets, the surprise requests that land at 4:57 p.m. and pretend they are emergencies. I am not distant from these details. I have watched you navigate them with grit and with grace, even when your soul was tired. I know the acronyms, the platforms, the passwords, the software logins, the commute route, the keycard beeps, the way your body tenses when the notification lights up your screen. None of it is invisible to me. Listen closely, my child. Your job is not your master. Your paycheck is not your protector. Your inbox does not have authority to dictate your worth, your sleep, your breath, or your joy. Stop carrying stress like it has a crown on its head. Stop bowing in your thoughts to the fear that if you do not constantly prove yourself, everything will collapse. You are mine. I am your source. I am the one who opens doors and sustains you in every place I send you. Work is a calling you steward, not a master you serve in chains. You have been paying a hidden cost and calling it normal. You pay with hours of sleep you never recover. You pay with the shallowness of your breathing as you sit and brace for the next demand. You pay with patience you wish you still had for the ones you love most at home. You pay with the joy that used to color ordinary moments, the appetite that once met a meal with gratitude, the laughter that came easily. You cover the fatigue with competence. You smile professionally while your chest tightens. You tell yourself, this is just how it is, while your heart whispers, it cannot stay like this. I have heard that whisper. I am answering it now. My beloved child, I do not say any of this to shame you. I do not accuse you for trying to carry more than you were meant to carry. I see why you did it. I see the bills. I see the expectations. I see the fear that if you pause, you will fall behind, that silence will cost you opportunities. But hear me, I am not here to frighten you. I am here to awaken you. I am not removing responsibility. I am removing the bondage that crept in and started calling itself responsibility. Peace is not a luxury reserved for less busy people. Peace is the atmosphere in which I want you to live and work. Stay with me now. Do not click away. Do not half listen. What I am about to shift in you will change how you walk into the next workday. I am placing my hand upon your shoulders. Feel them lower. I am resting my presence upon your mind. Feel the buzzing begin to quiet. I am drawing your attention back from the future you keep trying to control and from the past conversations you keep replaying. Right here, in this breath, I am returning authority to its rightful place. Stress is not king here. I am. Anxiety is not your supervisor. I am your father. Pause and listen, my child. Breathe deeply with me. Notice how fast your thoughts try to run back to the screen, the list, the message waiting. That velocity has been mentoring you, teaching you panic like a language. I am teaching you another language now, the language of stillness, the cadence of a heart that knows it is held. You will not miss what I have for you by resting in me. In fact, you have been missing the clarity I wanted to give you because your mind has been too loud to hear it. I am restoring that clarity. I am not ignoring your job, your paycheck, your schedule, your inbox. I am stepping into them with you. I am placing a line in the sand today. No more paying with your peace as if it were expendable. When peace is taxed, everything becomes harder and heavier. When peace is honored, even difficult tasks become possible. Even complex projects find their order. I am giving you permission, holy permission, to stop sprinting in your soul while your body sits at a desk. I am lifting from you the yoke that was never mine, the voice that keeps shouting, more, faster, or else. That voice is not me. Hear me, my child. Within the next 72 hours, I will speak in ways that require your calm attention. I am telling you now so you do not mistake my direction for another burden to carry. I am not adding weight. I am removing it. And this begins with you acknowledging that the workplace pressure trying to sit on your chest has no right to your breath. Your breath belongs to me. Your mornings, your commute, your first thoughts of the day. I am reclaiming them as places of peace. Stay with me now. Let me correct the authority structure inside you. Your employer can evaluate your work. Only I can define your worth. Your calendar can hold your tasks. Only I can hold your heart. Your inbox can present opportunities. Only I can open doors that no one can shut. And I arranged this moment to remind you that you are not at the mercy of metrics or moods or managers. You are under my covering. So, my beloved child, do not rush away. Receive what I am pouring into you even as you read. Let your shoulders drop again. Let your jaw unclench. Let your breath slow. This is not disengagement. This is alignment. I am not taking you out of your place of work. I am taking the fear out of your work so that you can stand there with a steady heart. I am placing my peace at the center of your day, like an anchor that does not move when the noise rises. Remain here with me for one more moment. Tell your heart, be still. Tell your mind, listen. Surrender the illusion that frantic equals faithful. I am faithful, I am present, and I am interrupting your scroll because your peace is worth protecting. Your calling is worth clarifying, and your next steps require a quiet strength I am imparting to you now. Stay, receive. This is the beginning of how I shift the way you enter your next workday, covered, calm, and unafraid. My child, stay with me and let me name what has been happening inside you. You call it responsibility, but I see the subtle shift that has been draining you. Responsibility is good, holy, and beautiful when it is held with me. Bondage is what happens when fear takes the driver's seat and calls itself responsible. You can be faithful without being frantic. You can be committed without being consumed. You can be excellent without erasing yourself to achieve it. This is the separation I am making in you now. What I asked you to carry and what you picked up because fear insisted you must. My beloved child, somewhere along your path, a quiet swap took place. You began to carry what I did not assign. The fear of disappointing people whose approval you secretly need to feel safe. The fear of being replaced by someone faster, louder, more available at any hour. The fear of falling behind an ever-moving standard that refuses to bless you with enough. The fear that one missed message will unravel your future. The fear that resting is a risk you cannot afford. I never asked you to carry these. I never signed those burdens with my name. These are heavy because they are not yours. Listen closely. Fear started coaching your diligence. It told you that vigilance equals virtue, that anxiety is proof you care, that tightness in your chest is the price of responsibility. It lied to you, and it felt familiar because it echoed old vows inside you, vows you made when you first felt the sting of being overlooked, or the shame of a mistake, or the tremor of instability. You promised yourself never again, I will not be caught unprepared. I will make myself indispensable. My child, I understand why you made that promise. I do not condemn the hurting heart that said it. But now I am breaking the agreement that has kept you braced and breathless. Hear me. You are not a machine to be optimized. You are not a hostage to your inbox. You are not a failure because you feel tired. You are not behind simply because others run at an unsustainable speed. You are not disloyal for needing rest. You are not irresponsible for honoring limits I designed into your body and soul. Let these negations reset your identity. You are mine. You are human on purpose and beloved without audition. You are a steward, not a slave. You are called, not cornered. I have watched the inner loop that doesn't let you go. You step away from your desk, but your mind keeps working, rehearsing, replaying, revising. You revisit yesterday's conversation and rewrite your sentence 5 different ways, trying to preempt misunderstanding. You read an email and then read it again, scanning the spaces between words for hidden disappointment. You anticipate criticism before it arrives, and your stomach tightens at the sound of a notification, even when it is from a friend. You compose replies in your head while you brush your teeth. You check messages in the night just in case. You draft explanations you will never need, apologies for outcomes you cannot control. Your body tries to rest. Your nervous system keeps standing guard at the door of an office that closed hours ago. This is not responsibility. This is bondage pretending to help. My beloved child, responsibility has a different voice. It is firm but not frantic. It plans, but it does not punish. It shows up, but it does not sell your peace to buy favor. It allows you to honor timelines without tying your worth to them. It looks like honesty about capacity. It asks for help when help is needed. It admits when a task requires more time, and it does not collapse in shame when confronted with its limits. Responsibility lives under grace. Bondage lives under a gavel. Feel the difference. Let me speak plainly. When fear becomes your motivator, stress becomes your master. You begin to prove instead of partner. You perform for applause that never satiates, always asking, am I still safe? Am I still enough? You hit a goal and the bar moves. You clear a backlog and the urgency returns. You earn a compliment and immediately brace for correction. The loop steals the sweetness from every completed task because it whispers, do it again or you will lose what you just gained. I did not write your life to be read with that anxious subtext. I am removing it line by line. I know the practical reasons that have fed this pattern. Bills that do not wait. Hard seasons where you had to carry more than one person should. Teams understaffed. Leaders who drop last-minute demands. Cultural expectations that congratulate exhaustion as if it were devotion. I know the moments when your competence became your camouflage, when you hid your ache beneath efficiency. I am not blind to the pressures that formed your reflexes. I honor the courage that kept showing up, and yet I am calling you higher into rest-filled faithfulness. I am inviting you out of the story where fear guarantees safety by constant vigilance. That story does not end with peace. It ends with depletion. How do you recognize the difference in the moment? My child, listen to your interior. Bondage rushes, faithfulness breathes. Bondage catastrophizes, faithfulness discerns. Bondage treats every request like an ultimatum. Faithfulness asks wise questions. Bondage hurries to reply at the cost of clarity. Faithfulness responds with truth and appropriate timing. Bondage isolates you in the belief that only you can fix this. Faithfulness remembers community and invites support. When your decisions are driven by terror of loss, you are not following me. You are following a threat. Step back. Breathe. Let me recenter you. I am not asking you to stop working. I am asking you to stop worshiping work. I am not asking you to abandon diligence. I am asking you to abandon dread. I am not asking you to withdraw from responsibility. I am asking you to withdraw from the agreement that says fear makes you faithful. It does not. Fear makes you frantic. I make you faithful. I make you steady. I make you wise. My beloved child, release the lie that your worth hangs by the thread of constant availability. Do not confuse accessibility with anointing or exhaustion with excellence. I crafted you with rhythms, morning and evening, effort and exhale, engagement and recovery. Your yes is strongest when it springs from peace, not panic. Your creativity returns when you refuse to let fear lease space in your mind. Your discernment sharpens when you stop entertaining every worst-case scenario as if it were prophecy. I am not exposing this to shame you. I am exposing it to free you. Lift your eyes to me. I am the one who assigns your load and walks with you under it. I am the one who keeps you when markets shake and supervisors shift. I am the one who opens doors at the right time and closes doors that would wound you. Let me lead the pace. Let me mark the boundaries. Let me teach you the difference between a conviction and a compulsion. Hold this close. A turning point is near. I am preparing to reorder what has been pressing you, but you must recognize what pressure you do not owe. The next part of this journey will require you to discern quickly, to rest even as you decide, to choose courage over appeasement. Do not be afraid. My child, I am not exposing this to shame you, but to free you because a turning point is close. My child, listen to me with all your attention. Within the next 72 hours, I will reorder what has been pressuring you. The next 3 days are not ordinary days. This is not random forecasting. This is a scheduled mercy. I knew the exact hour your strength would feel thin, the exact moment your mind would be stretched by too many demands, and I positioned a window in time where small hinges will turn large doors. I am not asking you to brace for crisis. I am inviting you to become alert to alignment. My beloved child, what I am about to move may look subtle on the surface, but it will be weighty in direction. A conversation will shift, either its timing, its tone, or its outcome. A scheduled meeting will be moved, canceled, or unexpectedly extended, not to frustrate you, but to give you room for truth. An unexpected request will come that seems simple, yet your response will set a boundary you have long prayed for. An opening will appear, a role adjustment, a project transfer, a quiet invitation, and you will sense a calm yes that doesn't feel like pressure. A boundary moment will present itself, a late-night ask, a just this once, a can you take this too, and your holy no will begin to rearrange expectations around your life. None of these will shout. They will arrive like a knock you almost miss if you are rushing. Pay attention to the small. I do not say this to frighten you, but to awaken you. Panic is not preparation. Presence is. I am not sending whirlwind complications. I am sending precise adjustments. I will shift timelines that have been weaponized against your peace. I will bring a conversation into the light so that what has been vague becomes clear. I will expose a hidden assumption that you must always be available, and I will replace it with a grace-filled structure. I will reposition you from appeasing to partnering. I will not add weight. I will remove the illegitimate pressure that has sat on your chest as if it owned you. My child, readiness will not look like you checking your messages more often. Readiness will look like you noticing me. Watch for peace that does not make sense in the moment. Peace when you would normally spiral. Peace when you would normally speed up. That peace is my fingerprint on a door I am opening. Watch for instructions that require courage. Ask for clarity. Offer the timeline that is true. Say, I can do this by tomorrow, not tonight. Put this meeting next week. Tell them I can't take that on right now. Courage will not sound like anger. It will sound like clean honesty. And watch for confirmation that comes in stillness. a repeated phrase from two different sources, a scripture line echoing in your chest, a settledness that returns after you release your fear to me. When panic shouts, "Hurry," my peace will say, "Wait and see." When panic insists, "Answer now," my wisdom will say, "Breathe, ask, then respond." Understand this, reordering does not always begin outside of you. Many times it begins in you and the outside follows. I am reordering your reflexes so the same request no longer crushes you. I am reordering your priorities so what matters most is not perpetually deferred. I am reordering your language so your yes means yes and your no is not an apology. I am reordering your pace so excellence is not confused with emergency. This is how the pressure loses its throne. My beloved child, the next 3 days will carry directional moments disguised as ordinary. You will sense a nudge to wait 5 minutes before replying, and in those 5 minutes, I will give you language that guards both truth and peace. You will notice a calendar gap appear where there was none, and the gap is not emptiness, it is provision for rest and reset. You will be asked to add just one more task. Your impulse to please will rise, but I will be there with you, whispering, "Ask what can be moved. Ask who else can share this. Ask what the true deadline is." You will be given a chance to recommend a different approach. The quiet confidence you feel is not arrogance. It is alignment with me. Do not shrink from it. Hear me clearly. You are not at risk of missing my will because you are not fast enough. You miss my guidance only when you let fear make all your decisions. I do not race you. I lead you. I am the one who brings the right email to the top of your inbox at the right time. I am the one who brings the right person to your desk, the right phone call, the right question that opens a path. I am the one who arranges the seat you will take in a meeting so that you hear what you need to hear. Nothing about this is random, but if your mind is loud, you will interpret my alignment as accident and keep sprinting past it. So adopt this posture in the next 72 hours. Pause before you promise. Breathe before you build. Ask before you answer. In your heart, say, "Father, is this mine? Is this now? Is this necessary?" If you feel the familiar clutch of fear, of being less than, of losing favor, of disappointing, do not obey it. Bring it to me in that very breath. You will find that when you refuse to rush, I will rush nothing and still accomplish everything needed. I am not late when you are still. I am precise when you are present. Receive this assurance. I will confirm what I ask of you. I will back your courageous boundary with unforeseen favor. I will meet your honest timeline with unexpected accommodation. I will support your no with a yes from a place you did not see coming. I will wrap peace around you like armor so that even if someone does not understand at first, you are not shaken. And if a door you thought you needed closes, it is because a quiet door I prepared is standing open a few steps to the left. Follow the peace, not the noise. My child, do not mistake calm for passivity. The calm I am giving you is authority under my covering. It steadies your voice. It clarifies your words. It anchors your eyes so you can see what I am doing. But you will not recognize my guidance if your mind is loud. So come closer and let me quiet you. Draw your attention back to me before you pick up your phone, before you open your inbox, before you say yes or no. Let me be your first thought, your first counsel, your first pace. In this way, the next 72 hours will not pass you by. They will establish you. My child, come closer. Before the screen lights up your face and the stream of other people's urgencies floods your mind, give me your first glance, your first breath, your first yes. I am not difficult to find, but I will not compete with the clamor you have allowed to become normal. My voice rarely arrives as a shout. It comes as a steadying whisper. When your world gets loud, you assume I am silent. I am not silent. I am often simply not shouting over the noise you keep turning up. My beloved child, I have been nudging you in small ways, an urge to pause before you tap the notifications, a pull to sit at the edge of your bed and breathe, a sense that the answer would be clearer if you were quieter. These were me whispering to you, coaching your heart back to me. But pressure has gotten loud. Deadlines, expectations, the ping-ping cadence of messages, the illusion that urgency equals importance. They have tried to apprentice your attention away from me. So hear me now. My call becomes clearer, not to condemn you, but to protect you. I am meeting volume with clarity. I am not angry. I am insistent, because your next steps require a quiet you cannot borrow at the last second. Listen carefully. Stillness is not a luxury for the less busy. Stillness is the doorway where my direction becomes audible. You do not need an hour to begin. You need a minute you refuse to sell to anxiety. I am giving you a simple rhythm, a morning minute, that will shift the atmosphere of your entire day if you honor it with your first attention. When you wake, before your hand reaches for the phone, place your hand on your chest and take one honest breath. Feel the air enter what I have made. Say, Father, I return my breath to you. Do not perform this, simply return. Then speak one surrender phrase, out loud if you can. Father, I yield my schedule to your peace. Lead me. Feel the tightening in your shoulders soften as you say it. Then ask one listening question and wait in the quiet for a moment longer than is comfortable. Father, what matters most today? Do not force an answer. Notice what rises with peace, not pressure. Sometimes I will answer with a person's name. Sometimes a task emerges with clarity. Sometimes I will show you that what felt urgent is actually noise, and what looked small holds weight. Sometimes I will simply hand you a calm that will carry you through decisions you cannot yet see. This is not religious performance. This is partnership. My child, do not confuse this minute with passivity. Peace is leadership of the soul. When your soul is led by peace, your words become precise, your boundaries become clean, your presence becomes anchoring to those around you. When your soul is led by panic, you bleed energy into everything and accomplish less while feeling it more. You have believed that starting faster sets you ahead. It doesn't. Beginning aligned keeps you from spending the day correcting a direction you set in panic. Within the next 72 hours, test me in this. Give me your first minute upon waking and one more minute before you open your inbox. Sit, breathe, surrender, ask, then act on the first right step that emerges from peace. Not 10 steps, not a year's worth of plans, one step. If you do not sense a step, hold. Do the next faithful thing in front of you, not the next frantic thing around you. You are not behind when you are aligned with me. Alignment makes up ground you could never cover by speed alone. My beloved child, add a second rhythm for your midday. When you feel the edge of rush cut into your focus, when your jaw clenches and your fingers hover, to type a reply just to relieve the tension, stop for 60 seconds. Put your feet flat on the floor. Loosen your hands. Whisper, Father, take the fear. Give me truth. Ask, what is mine here and what is not? Feel how clarity rises when fear is released. Then respond from that clarity. This is how excellence is protected from urgency. This is how wisdom outruns hurry. And a third rhythm at evening. Before you close your eyes, return the day to me. Do not rehearse every failure as if self-accusation can redeem it. Offer me your efforts, your mistakes, your wins, your incompletes. Say, Father, I lay down what I cannot carry into sleep. Speak to me even in the night. Rest is not absence of productivity. Rest is participation in my provision. I work while you sleep. I set alignments you cannot manufacture with late-night toil. I arrange tomorrow's mercies while you release today's burdens. Hear me again. You are not lazy when you honor peace. You are not irresponsible when you ask me to set your pace. You are not weak when you admit that you cannot hear clearly through chaos. You are wise. You are partnering with the one who sees the whole board. You are refusing to be mentored by noise. Those who move the most don't always move the farthest. Those who anchor in me cover distances in due time that sprinting hearts cannot sustain. You have wondered how to tell the difference between distraction and direction. Begin here. Direction carries quiet weight. Distraction carries loud urgency. Direction invites you to breathe and become clear. Distraction demands that you decide before you have listened. When you practice stillness as your first move, you will notice this difference sooner. You will catch the subtle tug of peace and follow it. You will see the red flags of panic and pause rather than obey them. This is not mystical, it is relational. It is you allowing me to be your first counsel instead of your last resort. And do not say, I tried that once, it didn't work. Seeds do not become trees overnight. But plant a minute each morning for the next 3 days. Yes, these next 72 hours on purpose. And watch what I do with your focus. Watch how a meeting you dreaded becomes a place of unexpected favor because you entered it from rest. Watch how a decision that felt murky becomes defined because you waited one breath longer and asked me what mattered most. Watch how a no you were afraid to say stands firm without drama because you spoke it with peace. This is how stillness wins ground in a world obsessed with hurry. I am not asking you to withdraw from your responsibilities. I am asking you to withdraw from the lie that panic is the price of faithfulness. Stillness is not the absence of work. Stillness is the presence of me within your work. When you start with me, you sanctify the rest of your steps. When you rush past me, you try to fix later what alignment would have prevented. My child, I will meet you in that minute. I will lead your first thoughts. I will teach you to hear the difference between the noise of need and the note of necessity. I will train your interior to recognize my peace the way you recognize a friend's voice in a crowded room. And as you practice this, you will carry stillness into rooms that do not have it yet. You will become a quiet leader in chaotic places, not by force but by presence. This is part of the covering I am placing on you. Now, breathe with me once more. Place your day in my hands. Say, Father, what matters most today? Listen, trust what I highlight with peace. Walk at that pace. Now that your heart is quieter, stay close, because I am about to expose the lie that has been driving your stress, and in uncovering it, I will cut the cord that has kept your soul on edge. My child, lean in and let me uncover what has been whispering beneath your noise. The enemy has been using deadlines to mentor your fear. He has watched where you are vulnerable, where busyness numbs, where comparison stings, where urgency looks like virtue, and he has trained your attention to bow to a clock instead of to my peace. I am not saying this to frighten you, I am saying this to free you. Nothing about this exposure is random. I saw the pressure mounting. I saw how the timestamps began to speak louder than truth, and I arranged this very moment to break that mentorship. My beloved child, hear me without sensationalism. Yes, there is another force at work that prefers you exhausted, reactive, and suspicious of rest. He does not only throw obstacles, he arranges noise. He inflates normal timelines into ultimatums. He plants you in rooms where the loudest voice is assumed to be the wisest. He props up other people's highlight reels when your soul is tender, then hisses that you are already behind. He uses the incessant when and by what time to turn real work into a spiritual siege. He is subtle, patient, and relentless, mentoring your reflexes not by overt terror, but by small, constant agreements with hurry. Let me name the lies he has been feeding you. If you rest, you'll lose. If you say no, you'll be punished. If you're not perfect, you're disposable. If you ask for clarity, you'll look incompetent. If you slow down, someone else will pass you and shut the door. If you don't answer immediately, you'll be exposed as uncaring. These lines dress themselves in wisdom, but they smell like fear. They promise safety while stealing it. They sound like pragmatism, but they are bondage masquerading as responsibility. My child, stop agreeing with them. Now hear my truth in contrast. I provide without enslaving. I guide without crushing. I correct without humiliating. I lead you into diligence that has dignity, not dread. I teach excellence without the edge of self-hatred. I place timelines around tasks, not shackles around your soul. When I provide, you do not have to sacrifice the very peace I gave you to prove you are worthy to receive it. When I correct, I restore dignity, not strip it. When I guide, I do not drive you with a whip. I walk with you by the hand. Pay attention to the invisible pressure that has been running your day. The over-explaining in emails because you are trying to preempt every possible misunderstanding, the late-night replies you compose to soothe a fear that someone will be disappointed in the morning, the extra hours you add, not because the task requires it, but because anxiety needs proof that you care, the way you apologize for existing whenever you admit your capacity, the compulsion to attach just one more exclamation point so you seem agreeable, the way your body tenses at the ding of a notification as if the sound itself carries judgment. This is not excellence. This is performance for approval. This is not faithfulness. This is overworking to feel safe. Stress has been impersonating a protector in your life, like a guard dog that never stops barking and convinces you that its noise is keeping danger away. But all that noise is stealing your sleep, your focus, your joy. Understand what deadlines have been doing under that mentorship. They have taught you to bypass discernment. They have pushed you to say yes before you have asked me, to promise before you have prayed, to rush before you have even clarified what is truly being asked. They have taught you to treat every request as if it is the last chance you will ever have to be valued. They have used phrases like, end of day, just this once, we need it now, tiny ask, to convert what is simply a timeline into a threat against your worth. This is not maturity, this is manipulation. My child, I am breaking that spell. Within the next 72 hours, these very tactics may try to flare again, a now or never tone, an urgent label that is only someone's anxiety wearing a badge, a sudden pile-on that assumes your availability is infinite. Do not be discipled by the panic, be discipled by my peace. Your stress has been amplified by lies. Breakthrough begins when you stop agreeing with them. When a deadline roars like a lion, pause and ask, Father, is it true? Is it mine? Is it now? If it is true, I will give you grace and strategy. If it is yours, I will give you strength and support. If it is now, I will give you peace that steadies you to move. If you sense pressure that spikes shame, if you feel clarity collapse beneath the weight of fear, that is your sign. Step back, breathe, and let me reframe it. I am retraining your interior. The enemy has coached you to believe speed equals safety. I am teaching you that presence equals authority. He has taught you to use urgency to mask uncertainty. I am teaching you to use honesty to create clarity. He has taught you that boundaries are risks. I am teaching you that boundaries are stewardship. He has taught you to make decisions to avoid disapproval. I am teaching you to make decisions that align with assignment. He says, hurry or you will lose everything. I say, hold your peace and watch me provide. My beloved child, I will defend you when you honor truth. When you respond with a clear timeline instead of reactionary appeasement, I will support that line with favor from unexpected places. When you say, I can complete this by tomorrow, not tonight. I will make room in hearts and schedules you thought were immovable. When you ask, what is the true deadline? I will expose false urgency. When you say, this is not mine to carry alone, I will raise another hand to share the load. When you stop over-explaining to make everyone comfortable, I will make your few words land with weight and respect. Do not argue with lies. Replace them. Right now, say in your heart, Father, I break agreement with the lie that if I rest, I will lose. Say, I break agreement with the lie that if I say no, I will be punished. Say, I break agreement with the lie that if I am not perfect, I am disposable. Now receive the truth. You provide for me without enslaving me. You guide me without crushing me. You correct me without humiliating me. Let these truths stand as sentries at the door of your mind, and when the old reflexes knock, and they may knock within these next 3 days, do not open out of habit. Ask me to answer the door. Let peace decide what enters. My child, I am not calling you to quit your job in impulse. I am calling you to quit agreement with fear. I am not asking you to become reckless with commitments. I am inviting you to become righteous with them. I am not leading you to abandon excellence. I am leading you to abandon anxiety as your engine. This is spiritual warfare at the level of thought and pace, agreement and attention. You will not win it by outworking your worry. You will win it by refusing to let worry define what faithfulness looks like. So when the clock says run, listen for me saying walk with me. When comparison says prove you belong, listen for me saying you are mine. When urgency says don't think, just do, listen for me saying breathe, ask, then move. As you practice this, you will feel the mentorship of fear begin to lose its grip. Your calendar will still have dates and times, but they will no longer function as a throne. I will take that seat, and from that place, I will show you the joy of working with me, light, clear, and covered, because I did not hire you into burnout. I am about to teach you how to partner with me, not against yourself. My child, come closer and listen with your whole heart. I did not hire you into burnout. I am not the author of the frantic pace that has been masquerading as faithfulness. I am the one who called you into partnership. Work was never meant to be a punishment you endure to prove your worth. Work was meant to be a place where we walk together, where your labor becomes worship and your skill becomes stewardship. Nothing about this turning point is random. I arranged this moment to put my hand on your shoulder and say, you can work with me, not against yourself. Within the next 72 hours, I will give you chances to practice this new way. My beloved child, let me rebuild what work means to you. Your labor can be love in motion. Your tasks can be prayers with sleeves rolled up. Your meetings can be places where wisdom and kindness become strategy. Your deadlines can be containers for diligence, not chains around your neck. Excellence is still holy, but excellence is not the same as exhaustion. Excellence, when it is with me, carries dignity, clarity, and peace. It does not require you to bleed out your joy, to earn the right to belong. When you offer your skill as stewardship, you do not bruise yourself to make me impressed. You place your craft in my hands and let me breathe on it. Listen to me shift the power dynamic that has been crushing you. Your job is a role, not a ruler. Your manager is a person, not a god. Your metrics are numbers, not your name. Your performance reviews are feedback, not final judgment. Your paycheck is provision, not permission to exist. Your promotion is a pathway, not salvation. Your deliverables are assignments, not altars where your peace must be sacrificed. You answer to me first, and I am not a tyrant. I am a father who trains, equips, and sends, who corrects without condemning, who advances you without hollowing you out. I call you capable. I call you wise. I call you growing. You do not need to pause your dignity until you hit a target. You are not on probation with me. You can be in process and still carry authority. You can be learning and still be trusted. You can make a mistake and still be chosen. Your worth is not suspended until you achieve one more thing. Your worth was established before you ever accomplished anything. I delight to develop you, not dangle your identity one milestone beyond your reach. Now, hear me teach you the most powerful phrase you will practice in work. With me. Say it softly now. With you, Father. Take it into your first meeting of the day. With me. Walk it into your inbox. With me. Sit it beside you as you draft an email. With me. Carry it when you negotiate timelines. With me. Whisper it as you open a spreadsheet. With me. Breathe it before you speak up. With me. I care about the details you think are too small. Subject lines, tone, timing, the person you copy and the person you leave off, the 5 minutes you wait, the 5 minutes you take. Invite me into all of it. When you do, you will feel weight lift because you are no longer carrying the work like a lone survivor. You are carrying it as one yoked with me. Practice these simple prayers in real time. Before you send a message, say, Father, align my words with truth and peace. Before you accept a request, ask, Father, is this mine? Is this now? When you sense confusion in a room, whisper, Father, give me the question that brings clarity. When you are tempted to over-explain, breathe, Father, make few words sufficient. When your calendar feels like a trap, ask, Father, what can be moved? What can be delegated? Who can share this? This is not superstition. This is strategy. This is partnership. This is how pressure meets presence and loses its throne. You have believed that I only show up for spiritual tasks and leave you to grind through the rest. That is a lie. I delight to sit with you in the drafting, the coding, the planning, the budgeting, the building, the teaching, the care, the craft. I delight to give you micro insights, the sentence that unlocks understanding, the chart that tells the truth, the pause that prevents an error, the name that needs encouragement, the problem that can be solved in a cleaner way. I do not merely bless the outcome, I walk with you in the process. I do not only care about the big promotion, I care about the gentle conversation that preserves a relationship, the respectful no that creates sustainability, the steady yes that builds trust. Watch what changes when you treat work as with me, instead of for me to keep me pleased. Your voice settles, your shoulders release, your focus sharpens. You stop performing and start partnering. You ask better questions. You choose better boundaries. You feel less threatened by other people's gifts because you are anchored in the giver. You become dangerous to the tactics that once manipulated you because you are no longer bargaining with your worth. You are stewarding your assignment. I will even teach you new rhythms inside the very moments that once unraveled you. When an urgent email hits, wait one breath and ask me for the true timeline. I will often show you that the crisis is smaller than the tone suggests. When a colleague pushes for more than you can give, ask me for language that is both honest and kind. I will place on your tongue a boundary that does not break relationship. When a meeting goes in circles, ask me for the question that moves it forward. I will highlight it in your heart. When a plan needs revision, invite me into the rewrite. I will show you what to cut, what to keep, and what to grow later. Do not underestimate the power of with me. It turns the same tasks into different lives. For the next 3 days, I am asking you to practice 3 with me pauses as non-negotiables. First, before your first meeting, place your hand on your desk and say, Father, partner with me. I will not carry this alone. Second, before you send the most consequential message of your day, close your eyes for 10 seconds and ask, Father, give me words that build truth and peace. Third, At the moment when you feel the pressure spike, when your jaw tightens or your chest lifts, step back and whisper, "Father, reset my pace to yours." These are small hinges that will swing open large doors. I will meet you in each pause. I will confirm my nearness with peace and with surprising accommodations from others that you did not think possible. My child, partnership does not mean you stop learning, striving, or giving your best. It means you stop sacrificing yourself to an altar of approval that cannot bless you. It means you study without self-hatred, stretch without self-erasure, and give without bleeding your identity dry. It means you receive feedback as a tool, not a verdict. It means you let me celebrate your wins without making success your oxygen, and let me hold your losses without letting failure write your name. And understand this: I am not naive about unfair systems, difficult managers, or chaotic workplaces. I see what you face. I will give you wisdom for when to speak, when to wait, when to escalate, and when to step away. I will protect you where you have no control and strengthen you where you do. I will position allies. I will open windows. I will deliver you from patterns that have long felt inescapable. But even as I work around you, I am also working within you, teaching you to carry an authority that chaos cannot steal. You are not an orphan at a proving ground. You are my beloved child on assignment. Walk in covered calm. Walk in clean honesty. Walk in with me. Let the same workplace become a different land because you entered it yoked to my peace. Say it now, even softly, with you, Father. Feel how your breath returns to you when you do. Now, let me touch the deeper wound, because much of your work stress is not about work. It is about the fear beneath it, the belief that you must earn safety to deserve to be kept. I am about to set that fear down and remind you who provides for you and why you can finally rest. My child, this is the place I have been leading you to, the tender, trembling center beneath the spreadsheets and schedules, beneath the meetings and the messages. You have been trying to earn safety. You have been working as if protection is a paycheck and belonging is a bonus you unlock by never slipping, never slowing, never asking for help. You have treated perfection like the price of staying covered. I do not say this to accuse you. I say it to free you. I am your provider, not your performance. You do not have to buy what I have already promised to give. My beloved child, I see the fear that has been riding on your shoulders. Fear of instability, fear of not having enough, fear of being embarrassed, fear of failing your family, fear of the look on someone's face when you cannot meet a demand, fear of the rumor that says you're replaceable, fear of the moment when the bills line up taller than your energy. I see how you count the days and the dollars and your breaths at night. I see the chest that tightens at 2 a.m., the silent tears you wipe away so even your pillow won't tell on you. I see the mornings you slide the mask on and say, "I'm fine," because you don't want to make anyone else carry the weight you've been hauling alone. I see the promises you made to yourself long ago. I'll keep everyone safe. I won't be the one who drops the ball. And I see the cage those promises quietly built. Hear me. Nothing about this moment is random. I knew the exact day and the exact hour you would come to this edge. I arranged this interruption to unhook you from the belief that your worth and your safety are the same thing, and that both depend on your flawless output. My plans for you are not fragile. They are not balanced on the tip of other people's moods. They are not vulnerable to a single mistake, a missed deadline, or a season of learning. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not late. You are mine, and I provide. Listen to the difference. Jobs shift. Markets shake. Algorithms change. Managers rotate. Policies update. Opportunities come and go like tides. But I do not shift. I do not shake. I do not change or rotate out of caring for you. I care for you with a steadiness that does not sag under the weight of your needs. Your job is a channel. I am the source. Your paycheck is a conduit. I am the provider. Your title is a tool. I am the keeper of your life. You have been trying to build a house on moving sand and calling it prudence. I am handing you rock. I understand why you did it. My child, you have lived through seasons that trained you to be alert to lack. You remember the moment the room changed because money was short. You remember being praised for being low maintenance, so you learned to need little and give much. You remember how approval bought you a tiny shelter from tension, so you became an expert at keeping everyone pleased. That was survival. I honor the strength it took to last that long, but survival reflex is not meant to be your master. I am, and I am leading you out of survival into trust. This is where I put my hand on the ledger you keep hidden under your heart. The columns where you add, if I say yes, they will see I'm valuable. If I answer at midnight, I'll stay safe. If I never slow down, I'll never be caught lacking. If I over-deliver, I'll outrun rejection. I am drawing a line through that math, not because diligence is wrong, but because fear is a cruel accountant. It only tallies what you might lose, and never what you are losing by living afraid. It never tells you that the interest rate on anxiety is your sleep, your laughter, your peace. I am going to make provision personal to you again, not a theory, not a theology you nod at while your jaw is still clenched, but a felt reality that settles your breath. Within the next 72 hours, I will send you signs of my care that speak your language, an unexpected accommodation that gives you time, a payment released that had been pending, a discount or refund that eases pressure, a conversation that removes a weight you assumed you must carry alone, a person who offers help you did not know to ask for, a meeting that moves in your favor without you striving to control it. Do not call these things coincidences. They are breadcrumbs of my kindness, leading you out of scarcity thinking. I arranged them before you woke today. But I am not only moving around you, I am healing what has been hurting within you. Bring me the shame that rides shotgun with your fear, the voice that says, if I had done more, I wouldn't feel this way. Bring me the embarrassment of needing rest when others seem to sprint. Bring me the guilt of feeling stretched when you believe you should be able to carry more. I do not despise you for being human. I designed you with limits as a gift so that you would remember you have a father. Limits are not your enemy. Loneliness is. You were never meant to protect yourself alone. Say this with me now, even softly. Father, I renounce the vow that my performance keeps me safe. I return to your covering. Again, you are my provider. My work is worship, not worth. My pace is set by peace, not panic. Let your shoulders drop as you say it. Let your breath come back. I am not removing responsibility. I am restoring relationship. Provision is not only money, it is ideas, timing, favor, wisdom, allies, opportunities you couldn't orchestrate, closed doors that spare you harm, and open doors that match your grace. I provide in ways that money cannot measure. I know you worry about failing your family. Hear me, I will not let you be put to shame when you trust me. Trust does not mean passivity, it means partnership. It means you will act from peace, not from the terror of being found lacking. It means you will ask for help without branding yourself as a burden. It means you will stop spending tomorrow's energy paying for fears that are not due today. It means you will do the next faithful thing and leave the rest in my hands. I have guided generations through famine and feast. I know how to shepherd your household. And to the fear of embarrassment, let me speak dignity over you. You are not an audition. You are not one awkward moment away from banishment. You carry my name and I cover you. When you stumble, I steady. When you misspeak, I teach. When you learn slowly, I stay. When you are unfairly judged, I advocate in ways you cannot see yet. Your reputation is not your savior, I am. You do not need to curate yourself into safety. Truth and time are on your side when you walk with me. My beloved child, nothing you have done has disqualified you from the path I am setting before you. Not the shortcuts you regret, not the harsh responses you gave when you were tired, not the agreements with fear you did not know you were making. My plans are not paper thin. I do not cancel callings because of detours. I redeem them. I fold your lessons into wisdom and your tears into compassion. I am not sending you back to the start as punishment. I am bringing you forward with new clarity. Now listen to how this healing touches your calendar. When you know I provide, you do not have to hoard opportunities as if none will ever appear again. You do not have to say yes to every request as proof you are indispensable. You do not have to apologize for capacity as if limitation is a moral failure. You will begin to notice that peace gives you permission to be clear, and clarity guards your energy for what I have truly assigned. Because I am your provider, I will also teach you boundaries that protect your peace without destroying your purpose. Your no will no longer threaten your safety when your safety is no longer rented from the approval of others. Over these next 3 days, watch what rises in your body when you consider choosing rest, asking for clarity, or stating a realistic timeline. If fear spikes, bring it to me instead of bargaining with it. Ask, Father, where am I trying to earn safety right now? I will show you. Then ask, what does your provision make possible here? I will answer with language, with timing, with courage. And when you feel that quiet certainty settle, the sense that you are not scrambling but standing, move in it. That is my provision of peace leading you. Do not despise small shifts. The tiny choice to close your laptop 15 minutes earlier, trusting I am not docking your destiny. The small courage to ask what is truly needed before you overextend. The brave honesty to tell someone, this is what I can do by then, without flinching. These are not trivial, they are tectonic. They move you out of a life mentored by scarcity and into a life schooled by sufficiency. With each step, you will feel the weight you've been carrying loosen, because you will be carrying it with me. My child, lift your eyes. I am not a distant supervisor tallying your output. I am a father tending your whole life. Your security does not hang on the frail hook of human approval. It rests in the hands that hold galaxies and count your tears. I have you. I will keep you. I will provide for you in ways that make anxiety redundant. Let the fear that has been impersonating wisdom lose its voice now. You are safe in me. And because you are safe in me, you will have the courage to draw lines that honor what I have entrusted to you. This is where we are going next. I am about to teach you how to say no without the terror of losing everything. How to set holy boundaries that guard your peace while serving your purpose. Stay close to my voice. Your provider is leading you into freedom. My child, come closer and let me put language to the line I am drawing with you. Nothing about this teaching is random. I knew the exact day and hour I would speak this over you. Holy boundaries, not rebellion, not laziness, not disrespect. Boundaries are wisdom. Boundaries are stewardship. Boundaries are how you honor the life, peace, and calling I placed in you. I did not give you workplace stress as a master. I gave you discernment as a guard. When you say no with me, you are not abandoning your assignment. You are protecting it from the theft of fear and the drain of false obligation. My beloved child, hear this clearly. You are not required to hemorrhage your peace, to prove your heart. You are not required to burn your body to signal your loyalty. If it demands your soul to keep it, it is not my assignment. I am teaching you to recognize the difference between conviction and condemnation. Conviction is precise, hopeful, and leads to clarity. It says, this is the next faithful step. Condemnation is vague, heavy, and leads to panic. It says, "You are failing and you must fix everything now." When you feel that fog of pressure descend, pause and ask me, "Father, is this yours? Is this now?" I will answer with peace that settles your shoulders and with words that are both firm and kind. Let me give you concrete moments where holy boundaries live. When a request arrives piled on top of 3 others, ask for priorities. To deliver with quality, which 2 should I focus on first? That is not defiance. That is wisdom. When an assignment is unclear, seek clarity before sprinting. What outcome matters most here? That is not delay, that is stewardship. When after-hours pings try to make your home an office and your mind a perpetual alarm, set limits with grace. I will be offline after this hour. Except for true emergencies, I will respond in the morning. That is not neglect. That is honoring the life I entrusted to you. When you are tempted to apologize for being human, replace over-apology with gratitude. Not sorry for the delay when you are within a reasonable window, but thank you for your patience. Here is the update. That is not arrogance, that is clean honesty. When chat notifications stack and your nervous system says, "Answer or you will lose safety," remember, you answer to me first. You do not have to answer every ping instantly. Set windows to read and respond. That is not indifference, that is guarding focus, so your yes carries weight. I will also teach you how to decline without shame and how to negotiate without fear. Try this language I will put on your tongue. Given my current commitments, I can deliver X by Friday. If Y is higher priority, I can swap and move X to next week. Or, I don't have capacity to own that, but I can offer a brief consult. Or, to meet that timeline, we would need either additional support or an adjusted scope. How would you like to proceed? These are not barricades, they are gates with hinges. They do not lock you away from service, they open you to sustainable service with me. My child, prepare your heart for resistance. Some people have been unknowingly nourished by your lack of boundaries. They benefited when urgency could control you, when your fear of being seen as difficult kept you over-giving, over-explaining, and overworking. When you begin to walk in holy boundaries, their discomfort may sound like disapproval. You've changed. You're not as available. This is urgent. Do not confuse their discomfort with your disobedience. Do not let their surprise rename your obedience as selfishness. Stay gentle. Stay clear. Stay rooted. You are not punishing anyone. You are repenting from self-betrayal. You are aligning with my pace, and I will be with you in those conversations. I will soften what needs softening and harden what needs hardening. I am your advocate. Listen to my counsel about your calendar. Protect focus blocks so your gifts can breathe. Decline meetings that have no agenda or have nothing for your role to advance. Propose an asynchronous update instead. Place rest on your schedule as a real appointment with me. Guard a simple end-of-day ritual. Close the laptop. Bless the work done. Leave the work undone in my hands. Practice the grace of enough. This is sufficient for today. These are not small. These are the rails that carry you into longevity. Within the next 72 hours, I will hand you at least 2 moments where a new boundary will be the door into peace. One will seem ordinary, a small request that once would have claimed your night. The other will feel weightier, a conversation where you fear disappointing someone you respect. In both, pause 1 breath longer than your reflex. Put your hand over your heart and whisper, "Father, align my no and my yes with your will." Feel my peace fill the space where panic tried to sit. Then speak the clean sentence I give you. Watch how I confirm it, sometimes with immediate understanding, sometimes with a pushback that does not topple you, sometimes with silence that later becomes respect. My beloved child, You are learning to trust the compass I placed in you. Peace is not passive, it is power. Peace is not the absence of pressure, it is my presence governing you within it. If you must bribe fear to rest at night, that is not peace. If you must betray your own soul to maintain an image, that is not peace. If you must keep breaking your word to yourself to meet a demand I did not assign, that is not peace. Follow the path where peace does not vanish the moment you stop performing. That path is often quieter, and it may look like smaller yeses with greater faithfulness. I know the arguments that rise in you. What if I lose my job? What if I lose their respect? What if I miss my chance? Hear me. Your job is a channel, not your source. Respect built on your endless self-abandonment is not respect. It is dependency masquerading as honor, and chances attached to panic are traps, not doors. I will not let you miss what I authored for you while you walk in obedience. If a door must close because you would not surrender your soul to enter, that was not your door. Trust me to position the quiet door I have prepared, the one that opens to the sound of peace, not to the roar of panic. Say this now with me. Father, fortify my no and clarify my yes. Again, my boundaries are worship, my limits are gifts, my peace is protected. Let your body agree with your mouth, unclench your jaw, lower your shoulders, soften your breath. I am not angry with you for the years you overextended. I understand why you tried, but I am calling you into a new courage, the courage to stop outsourcing your peace to other people's satisfaction. I am calling you to treat your energy like a sacred trust. And understand this, boundaries do not end generosity, they purify it. You will still be kind, you will still be helpful, you will still be excellent, but you will be all these things without selling your birthright to anxiety. You will be able to give from a full place because you finally stopped agreeing with the lie that you must be empty to be acceptable. You will notice how much more impact your gifts have when they are not leaking through the holes of resentment and exhaustion. Over these next 3 days, practice these simple acts of obedience. Before your first message each morning, decide what truly belongs to today and say to the rest, not now. Before your most demanding meeting, write one sentence that states your capacity and your priority. Before you leave for the day, bless your unfinished work. Father, hold this for me. I will not carry what you are keeping. I will meet you in each practice with a felt sense of alignment, and I will back your boundaries with favor you could not manufacture. My child, I am pleased to teach you this. You are not selfish for guarding what I have entrusted to you. You are wise, you are free, and when you face decisions in these next days, I will show you how to discern my guidance in real time, to recognize the signs of peace and confirmation, and to step through the quiet door I have already set before you. My child, come closer and listen with your heart as much as your ears. Nothing about this moment is random. I told you I would teach you to discern my guidance in real time, to recognize peace and confirmation, and to step through the quiet door I have already set before you. Now I am making it plain. Within the next 72 hours, your path will host several directional moments. Some will look small, some will sound ordinary. Do not dismiss them. The next 3 days are not ordinary days. Watch for what brings clarity instead of confusion, calm instead of compulsion, alignment instead of fragmentation. My direction often arrives like a gentle river. You notice only when you quiet the noise. My beloved child, this is how I guide you. I lead you by peace that does not evaporate when you stop striving. I guide you by wise counsel, voices that are steady, seasoned, and unimpressed by hype, who call you back to purpose rather than performance. I guide you by timing that clicks into place, without demanding that you betray your humanity. I guide you by repeated impressions that return with kindness, not harassment. nudges that rise in you across different moments, confirmed in ways you could not orchestrate. I guide you by alignment. What I present will not require you to tear down the holy boundaries I just taught you to build. It will honor them or make a way for them. Over these next 3 days, pay attention to patterns. Notice when the same thought returns after rest, not after panic. Notice when two separate people echo the same phrase you prayed in secret. Notice when a meeting moves to a time that protects your focus block without you pushing. Notice when an idea comes in the shower and still feels clean at noon. This is not superstition. This is providence. I am weaving confirmation into your ordinary. Look for the quiet doors I have prepared. A new task may be handed to you, one you did not lobby for, that reveals a strength you have been underestimating. Walk through it with curiosity. I am showing you a thread of your design. A mentor may reach out unprompted to ask, "How are you really?" That is not casual kindness. That is a door to wise counsel. Step through it with honesty. A policy shift may appear, an update you usually skim that actually creates margin or opens eligibility you did not have before. Read it with fresh eyes. That is a door others might miss. A job lead could surface from a quiet contact, not the loud platform. You will feel peace when you consider exploring it. Take the step of inquiry without abandoning your post. That is how you walk with me. A conversation might change your leverage, a stakeholder suddenly receptive, a critic unexpectedly fair. Do not gloat. Simply present truth with calm authority. That is a door I unlocked. A simple idea may land like a key, a template that cuts your prep time in half, an automation that removes repetitive strain, a question that prevents a week of rework. Adopt it. Efficiency born of peace is a door I delight to open. My child, I also warn you gently about counterfeit urgency. The enemy mentors fear by pushing you to react. He fabricates last-minute emergencies that feed on your old vows. Prove your worth now or lose everything. He distorts timelines to make you choose without clarity, then mocks you for the chaos that follows. This is how you will know the counterfeit. The pressure feels vague but heavy. Your boundaries feel suddenly immoral. Your clarity shrinks the longer you stare at it, and your body knots even after you pause to breathe. When you sense this, do not sprint. Pause one breath longer than your reflex. Put your hand over your heart and ask me, "Father, is this yours? Is this now?" Truth will not panic at the presence of questions. If the feeling grows louder only when you delay, it is not from me. My invitations carry a steadying weight. Counterfeit urgency carries a scrambling weight. I am training your senses. Peace is not passive. Peace is how my authority feels inside you. Peace does not mean the absence of challenge. It means my presence governs you within it. Test your options with this. Does this path expand your capacity to love me, love people, and remain whole? Does it honor the covenant responsibilities I gave you at home and at work? Can it be walked without you insulting your own soul? Peace and alignment will answer yes. Panic will demand you pay with self-betrayal. Seek counsel, but not a crowd. 2 or 3 wise voices are enough. Those who know me, know your assignment, and are not fed by your constant availability. Their words will not inflate your ego or shame your limits. They will clarify your next faithful step. In the next 72 hours, I will cause at least one such voice to be available at the right minute. Ask, "What do you hear? What do you see that I might be missing?" Then weigh their counsel against the peace in your spirit and the boundaries I have restored. Where counsel, peace, and timing converge, you will find the door. Mark these specific signs I will send. You will experience a meeting that starts with tension but lands in agreement, because you spoke one clean sentence I gave you. You will receive an email you were tempted to ignore that actually contains a bridge. You will notice an opening on a project that matches your hidden expertise. And when you raise your hand from peace, favor will meet you. You will be offered help. Do not decline it out of pride or fear of being indebted. Receive it with gratitude. That help is part of my provision. You will feel a nudge to revisit an old idea you shelved. This time the timing and tools will align. Try again with me, and there will be one thing you plan to chase that quietly loses its pull when you stop performing for it. Let it go. That was never your door. Practice this readiness protocol over the next 3 days. Each morning before you check your phone, say, "Father, lead my first thoughts. I choose peace over panic." Write down one sentence that names what faithfulness looks like today. At midday, ask, "Where have I felt your peace? Where did I feel pushed?" Adjust accordingly. In the evening, review. What confirmed your guidance? What quiet door appeared? What boundary protected my joy? Thank me. This simple rhythm will sharpen your ears and settle your pace. I will meet you in it with confirmations you can trace. Do not despise small hinges. A 15-minute check-in with a mentor is a hinge. A calendar block that protects deep work is a hinge. A clear, kind boundary about timelines is a hinge. A question that saves a team from waste is a hinge. The door may be quiet, but it is not weak. When you step through it with me, leverage shifts, burdens lighten, and your work begins to carry the fragrance of rest. Say this now with me. Father, I welcome your quiet doors. I renounce counterfeit urgency. I follow peace, confirmation, and alignment. Feel how your breath returns as you agree. Feel how the scramble loosens. This is not self-help. This is me helping you, present, attentive, and committed to your good. My beloved child, I am not playing hide-and-seek with your future. I am shepherding you through a living path, step by step, day by day, hour by hour. Within these next 72 hours, you will know that I am with you in the mundane and the meaningful. You will recognize my hand not by the roar of panic, but by the weight of peace and the simplicity of right steps offered at the right time. Now, my child, as you learn to watch for these signs and choose the quiet door, I will replace your workplace anxiety with a daily covering so you can walk in and not be swallowed. My child, come closer. I am giving you a new way to walk into work. Covered, calm, and unshaken. Nothing about this is random or accidental. I knew the exact day and the exact hour I would lay this mantle on your shoulders. You have been scanning rooms for danger. Now you will enter rooms as one carried. You have been bracing your body to survive the day. Now you will stand under my shelter and move with the rhythm of grace. This is not a fantasy. This is the fruit of what I have spoken. Your boundaries restored, your discernment sharpened, your pace governed by peace. I am placing a new identity on you that does not evaporate when deadlines rise. My beloved child, picture how you will arrive, not late to your own life, not hunted by pressure. You will still bring excellence. You will still offer your best, but you will not sell yourself to fear to do it. Your shoulders will sit lower. Your breath will come deeper. Your eyes will be steady. Your presence will bless the room before your words do. You will be the one who refuses to mirror the panic, who answers with clarity, who moves decisions toward truth without violence against your own soul. When others sprint without aim, you will walk with me and reach the right doors at the right time. When noise rises, you will not absorb it. You will stand as a quiet center, and the room will begin to match the cadence of your peace. This is how I am retraining your inner language. Replace the scripts that have mentored your fear, from I'm behind to I am led. From I'll be exposed to I am being refined. From I must control to I can trust. From if I slow down, I'll lose everything, to when I walk with you, I gain what matters. From I have to prove I belong to I carry favor I did not buy. Let these sentences become the rails your thoughts run on. Speak them under your breath in the hallway, in the elevator, at your desk, before you unmute your microphone. Agreement forms pathways. These words will carry you through moments that used to consume you. Hear me, my child. I go before you into meetings. I prepare conversations you have not yet entered. I am present at the table when you present your work. I am the calm in your voice when questions come. I sit with you at the desk when the screen glares and tasks stack like waves. I steady your hands. I order your priorities so that the first things actually go first. I guard your mind when demands rise, so you do not let one person's urgency rewrite the truth I placed in you. I will nudge you when to speak and when to stay silent. I will give you one clean sentence that unlocks confusion. I will cover you when opinions shift and metrics change. My favor does not hinge on their mood, and I will walk you out at the end of the day with the same peace you carried in, so you do not drag the office through your front door. Within the next 72 hours, you will test this new gate. There will be a meeting you once dreaded. You will enter after breathing one simple prayer, Father, I am covered, and you will watch the tone bend toward clarity. There will be an email you fear will spark chaos. You will answer from peace and discover it diffuses instead of detonates. There will be an interruption that would have thrown your day. You will choose the next faithful step, and the rest will wait without punishing you. And there will be a moment when noise swells around you, and you feel the old reflex to scramble. You will place your hand over your heart, whisper, I am led, and feel my authority settle you like a weight that makes you immovable. These will not be accidents. These will be proofs that I am with you. I am restoring what stress stole. Your sleep will begin to return, not as a reward for exhaustion, but as a sign of trust. Your breath will deepen. The shallow gasp that lived in your chest will release you. Your joy will resurface in small places first. A quiet commute that no longer feels like gearing up for battle. A lightness at lunch when you are not negotiating survival. A smile that arrives without permission because hope has room again. Relationships will start to heal as your presence becomes available, when you are not spent by 5 o'clock, when you can listen without resentment, when your yes at home is not the leftover of your day, but the fruit of wisdom within it. Even your creativity will wake. Ideas long buried under urgency will rise because space and safety let them breathe. My child, understand this. Covered does not mean careless. Calm does not mean indifferent. Unshaken does not mean unfeeling. Covered means I take responsibility for what I have asked you to carry. Calm means you move at a pace that respects the design I placed in you. Unshaken means pressure no longer gets to tell you who you are. Your desk becomes an altar of faithfulness, not a stage for fear. Your schedule becomes a stewardship, not a sentence. Your title becomes a tool, not a cage. Work remains work, but it no longer owns your worth. Walk with these simple practices as garments I place on you. Before you open your laptop, say, Father, clothe me with your peace. Before your most demanding task, say, Father, order my steps and guard my focus. After a hard conversation, say, Father, wash off what is not mine and seal what is true. When a deadline speaks louder than wisdom, say, Father, I choose trust over control. Let these be more than phrases. Let them be posture. I am training your body to agree with your spirit, jaw unclenched, shoulders lowered, hands open rather than fists clenched around outcomes you cannot rule. Watch how this covering changes what others taste when they work with you. They will still find excellence, but now they will taste rest within it. They will still see strength, but now they will feel safety next to it. Some will ask, "What shifted?" You will not need to preach. Your presence will answer, "I am led." And for those who are caught in the same storm you were, your calm will be compassion, not superiority. You will lend wisdom, not judgment. You will model boundaries without weaponizing them. Your peace will become a quiet invitation. My beloved child, listen to me closely. I am not promising a world without pressure. I am giving you a life that is governed by my presence within it. I am not removing every wave. I am making you steady on the water. I am not guaranteeing that people will always agree. I am guaranteeing that their disagreement cannot dismantle what I established in you. You can enter your workplace with calm authority because my covering is greater than your workload. And when you forget, because you are human, I will remind you. When you falter, I will steady you. When you are tempted to pick up the old scripts, I will nudge you back to the sentences of truth we wrote together. Now respond to me, because agreement seals what I have spoken over you. Say this with me: Father, I receive your covering. I choose calm over panic. I am led, not driven. I am being refined, not exposed. I trust, I release, I obey. Again, your presence goes before me into meetings, sits with me at my desk, guards my mind when demands rise. Breathe, my child, and let your body learn your new name: covered, calm, unshaken. Commit your next 72 hours into my hands. Walk through your doors with me, and at the end of each day, lay your head down without bargaining. I will keep watch while you rest. My child, now speak back to me. Open your mouth and let what I placed in you answer me. Agreement seals what I have spoken. Release makes room for what I am giving. Say this now: Father, I release the stress I was never meant to carry. I lay down the weight I picked up to feel safe. I surrender the fear of not being enough. I yield the need to prove my worth. I hand you the deadlines, the expectations, the unknowns. I choose your peace over my panic. Again, slower. Father, I release the stress I was never meant to carry. I surrender the fear of not being enough. Receive my calm. My beloved child, let your own voice be the key that unlocks what has been tight. Say out loud, my job is not my master. I am led, not driven. I work with God, not against myself. Now speak to the lies that have mentored your fear. I renounce counterfeit urgency. I renounce the vow that says, if I stop, I will lose everything. I choose holy boundaries. I choose wise pace. I choose stillness before action. Breathe. Let peace arrive like a steadying weight. Make your confession visible as an altar. Type, Lord, you are my provider. Comment, I receive peace over my job. Write it where your eyes will meet it today and tomorrow and the day after. I am covered, calm, unshaken. These are not slogans. They are sentences of truth, and truth builds pathways for your feet. Now listen as I commission you into the next 72 hours with a simple holy practice. Over the next 3 days, begin each morning with 1 minute of stillness before your phone, before your inbox, before the news. 1 minute is not small when it opens the door to me. Put your hand over your heart and say, Father, lead my first thoughts. I receive your pace. Show me the next faithful step. Then wait. Let me place one clean sentence of focus in your mind. Write it down. That sentence will anchor your day. Each day, choose one boundary step with me, not 10. 1. Ask what protects peace and honors purpose today. Maybe it is deferring a non-essential meeting. Maybe it is turning off notifications for a sacred block of work. Maybe it is asking for priorities with clarity and kindness. Speak it, hold it, I will back it with favor. Each day, choose one act of courage. Courage is not the absence of trembling. Courage is obedience while you tremble. It might be offering your idea without apologizing for existing. It might be asking for help without shame. It might be telling the truth about a timeline before it becomes a crisis. It might be exploring the quiet door I present, even if you feel unready. I will give you the words, the timing, and the peace that confirms them. Each night, practice a holy release. Before you sleep, hand me tomorrow. Say, Father, gather what I cannot hold. I bless the work done, and I entrust the work undone into your hands. I release people to you. I release outcomes to you. I receive rest as a sign of trust. Then let your body agree. Uncurl your shoulders, slow your breath. Let the room become sanctuary. I will keep watch while you rest. My child, I do not commission you and leave you. I do not send you and then hide. I am the one who goes before you, stands beside you, and guards behind you. I will not abandon you in your responsibilities. I will strengthen your hands to do what is yours, and I will shield you from what is not. I will open what needs to open at the right time. You will not have to kick down doors to prove that you are worthy to walk through them. I will close what must close without punishing you for choosing obedience over panic. Within the next 72 hours, you will see this with your own eyes. A meeting bending toward clarity, a request yielding to your boundary, a small door opening with quiet favor. When it happens, say, Father, I see your hand. Thank you for leading me. Keep your inner conversation alive with me. When pressure rises, do not negotiate with fear. Speak to me. Ask, Father, is this yours? Is this now? Wait one breath longer than your reflex. Peace will anchor you. Wisdom will order you. Strength will arrive like a second wind that does not demand you betray yourself. Now, let us seal this together. Repeat after me. Father, I trust your provision more than my performance. I choose partnership over proving. I choose presence over panic. I choose clarity over confusion. I choose obedience over image. I receive your wisdom for the next 3 days. I receive your courage for the conversations ahead. I receive your peace as my daily covering, again as a vow. My job is not my master. My schedule is not my source. My identity is not for sale. I am led. I am loved. I am held. Type this in agreement if you can. I step into the next 72 hours with peace. Comment, I choose holy boundaries. Whisper where you are. Father, I am yours. My beloved child, lift your eyes beyond yourself now. There is someone near you who is drowning under the same pressure that almost swallowed you. Do not keep this word hidden as if it were only for you. Share it. Send it to the one who texts you at midnight from the office. Send it to the coworker who jokes about burnout to mask the ache. Send it to the friend whose worth has been negotiated by numbers and noise. Let this be your first quiet act of rescue. As you share, pray, Father, let them breathe again. Let your peace reach them. Let your wisdom find them in time. I bless you for the next 3 days with a steady heart, clear eyes, and a mouth that speaks life. I bless your mornings with stillness, your afternoons with order, your evenings with release. I bless your boundaries with favor and your courage with confirmation. Walk now covered, calm, and unshaken. I am with you. I will be with you in the lift and the lull, in the inbox and the hallway, in the big room and the quiet desk. Go in my peace. Return with testimony. And when you lay your head down tonight, do not bargain. Rest. I will keep watch while you sleep, and I will wake you with direction for the next faithful step.